Hi anybody, welcome into the channel, JaysBucket. I'm Jay, as always. Got my building buddy Jay hanging out here with me whenever I'm down in the Lego room. So welcome in, this is the Bucket Life show where I talk a little bit about Lego and life and whatever I kind of want to. This is episode number 18. I'm calling this one Sock Gremlins. And this one's filmed March 7th, 2025. So welcome in. If you're new here, I'd love it if you would, like the video, subscribe. That'd be great. Try and grow the channel. Now, normally here on JaysBucket, I do Sunday Lego live builds every single Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I build a different Lego set every single week, and it's lots of fun hanging out with everybody in the chat. And since we hit 500 subs, I also added an extra live build to the week, and those have normally been on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And I'm going to change it up just slightly here. They are going to be on Tuesdays 3 weeks out of the month. That other week is going to be on Thursday. When this all rotates around my work schedule, but I've also added in a bit of karate here and there. So those I want to be able to attend karate as much as possible to be able to get the repetition and stuff in for that. So I'm no longer going to be going live on Wednesdays because that's when my karate session is. So the days that I don't, essentially I work a late shift one day a week, and the weeks that I work the Tuesday late shift, I'm going to go live on the Thursday. And I'm going to try and record the podcast a little bit earlier before the live so that the podcast gets done. All right, we're also adding polybag builds into the channel here. Those I'm calling 10-minute polybag builds, but I don't think a lot of them are actually going to take 10 minutes. I think some of them will be a little shorter. The reason they were 10 minutes is because these guys took a lot longer to build than what I expected. So they might, some might be 5 minutes, some might be 7 minutes, some might be 10 minutes. Who knows? We'll see what we can do there. I'm also thinking of adding in some video ideas of top 10s. Now those are not going to all be Lego related. I'm a huge kind of toy board game nerd. Maybe not huge. There's definitely people that are bigger nerds than me on this stuff, but I really enjoy different kind of toys and board games and card games and stuff like that. So I'm going to start rating some of the maybe top 5 or top 10 things that I own, and they might not all necessarily be Lego. Some might be CMF minifigures, some might be my top 10 Pokemon cards, top 10 Lorcana cards, top 10 board games I own, stuff like that. And again, you might not all be interested in those, but these are things that I'm interested in, so that's why I'm going to start doing stuff like that on my channel. My channel's not necessarily all Lego, and it hasn't always been all Lego, although very recently it pretty much has revolved around Lego. But I would like to try and branch out into a more general toy board game type stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes with the top 10s and the top 5s and whatnot. My thoughts for this week. Boy, is the weather ever playing tricks on us. Oh my goodness. Last week it was like really, really bitterly cold again, and then now this week it's like it's going to be warm and raining, and then apparently we're supposed to get another polar vortex, and March is going to be another wintry scene again. So as much as I love the month of March, thinking we're going to get out of winter, sometimes March is one of those worst months where like I said, you think you're getting out of winter, but it's actually a trick and you're not. Here's more winter to come just before April. So hopefully April can get here quickly and we can get out of these winter blues, because I know a lot of you are sick, and I've been sick in this winter quite a bit, but it's just not fun. So there's my thoughts for the week. Let's get out of winter. Winter, go away, please. Okay, let's move over to the weekly shout out, and this week I'm going to be shouting out Zizou! Zizou is, what a great viewer Zizou is, and not even just a viewer. Like, honestly, I like going and interacting with Zizou on Click and Cliff's channel quite often. Zizou he has such a great sense of humor. He's a really funny dude, and it really shows through chat, through him being on streams and whatnot. And he's also very, very welcoming. Like, I've I mean, everybody is, but Zizou is just one of those ones, like, anytime I come in a stream where he's hanging out in the chat, he's, Jay! And exclamation marks, and we've kind of had this thing going back and forth where we both, all caps, each other's name, exclamation marks. I'm sure he does it with other people too, but I've just kind of caught on to it and started doing it back to him, so I think it's kind of funny. And one other thing about Zizou that is probably weird, but I feel like I know Zizou. I don't know why. He's the type of person where I think can relate to a lot of the things that I probably like, and I don't know why. I feel like I maybe knew Zizou in a previous life or something. I don't think I've actually ever seen his face. Anytime he's streaming on Cliff or the Brickable Cows channel, he's always got his Zelda icon up there, and I don't think I've actually ever seen his face, but he's very personable, he's very welcoming, very friendly, all of the above. So yeah, I felt like I have to eventually give Zizou a shout out, and I think this is a decent episode to do that in, because this one's not as heavy-hearted as a normal episode would be. So Zizou, appreciate you, man. You're an awesome viewer and streamer and everything else, so I just really appreciate Zizou. So thank you for being here with us and hanging out and giving us some funny entertainment sometimes. So there you go. There's the weekly shout-out for this week. All right, we're going to go to the Studtastic Voyage real quick here. We have not been adding people to the map lately. I'm not sure why. Not getting too many new viewers lately, but that's okay. We have some to go through. So we've got 2 United Kingdom viewers, actually, that we're going to showcase here lately. Not lately, this week. We have none other than George. George has a yellow stud here in the UK. And this is all from the original map stream where I'm just kind of showcasing who's been on the map. And then our other UK viewer is a blue stud over here in Orcas Are Mammals. Orcas Are Mammals and George got on the map back to back there, so that was pretty cool. I really like that. Great viewers they have been throughout the couple of years here as well, so really appreciate them as well. And in honor of George, let's just have a real quick water break here. I guess one thing I should have threw up in the welcome area is that I've actually been posted one episode to Spotify. I forgot to post the last one because it's a new platform there, but I think I will post the last one and this one to Spotify as well. So if you want to go and try and check out JaysBucket on Spotify, feel free. I forgot to do something here real quick, so we are gonna hop into the Lego site. And we are going to go to the OBS Void of Doom. And look what I did. Thank you to Life with the Crazies. I added my face down in here. So when we come over here, you can still see that I'm actually still here with you guys. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But now I need to be careful what I do with my face. No picking my nose or nothing while I'm over here. All right, we are going to jump to the Lego site. We are going to go to coming soon. Is there anything new coming soon? I know for a fact there is, because it is really hard to stay spoiler free on some of this stuff. All right, well, here's a new one that I didn't actually see. We got Baby Dinosaur Dolores. Aquilops? What even are you? I have no idea what you are. Are you a real dinosaur? I don't know. But there you go. We got another one of these buildable baby dinosaurs. $30 Canadian for this one. 339 pieces. Not bad. They're kind of cute. Not really sure how to take them. Then we got bricks. We can't find this page. But apparently it is called Raptor and Titanosaurus Tracking Mission. That sounds like a really cool set. I'm excited for more of these Jurassic World sets. I think this is going to be really cool. Oh my goodness. We have a molded Spinosaurus, folks. $200 Canadian for the Spinosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus air mission. What a great scene this was. Is this even the actual scene or not? Actually, I'm not sure. Did those two ever come in the same scene? I don't know. That was a pretty cool scene though. But they've already made an actual set on that scene. Anyhow, 984 pieces for $200. That is really cool. Spinosaurus. My son is gonna want this set really, really bad. So, oh, Lego, just again another round of sets that I just want to buy them all. Oh my goodness. Let's continue on with the dinosaurs, I guess, and then we'll go to the other one there. Raptor Off-Road Escape. Ooh, that Raptor looks menacing almost. 285 pieces for 45 bucks. We got another Jeep. Who is driving these? I don't even know who's driving the Jeep there. Oh, so this is from Rebirth. Oh, so these are from the new movie. Is this one as well? Yeah, this is from Rebirth. Okay, so maybe this is a new scene to come. That's exciting. I'm really excited for that new movie. Let me know if you are too. It's one movie that I probably actually will want to watch almost immediately. Okay, we got the yellow travel suitcase. Okay, I originally saw this yesterday when I was peeking through the site. I thought this was a legit bag. I did not know this was a actual buildable Lego set. I thought that was a legit travel bag that they were selling. I just quickly glanced by it and didn't really notice, but that's kind of neat. That's like something I should buy for my mom. She travels a lot. 20 bucks, 184 pieces. That's a neat little set, actually. I don't mind that. That's kind of cute. And it opens up and can hold a little toothbrush. That's funny. Oh, giant toothbrush, actually. But yeah, you can kind of fit, I would assume, some of the things, maybe not all of them in there. But that's kind of neat. I like that. I like the travel tag there. That's a pretty cool printed piece. All right, I'm impressed with that. That's nice. Okay, and the one that I could not stay spoiler free on, what a beautiful looking set I think this is going to be. Another one, I would love to get this set. Beauty and the Beast Castle, 2,916 pieces for $350. But this thing just looks epic. I don't have the original Disney Castle. I really want this set. Oh, that's neat. Little dance floor for them. I like the minifigure. Nice, nice molded molded head there for the Beast fig, and then Belle's got the classic dress now. Well, not classic, but the new dress piece on. That's pretty cool. Oh, I like how her arms are half printed there for like the gloves she's wearing. That's pretty cool. And he's got a tail. He's got some double molded legs, sorry. And then what a great collection of figures in this one. Gaston, I forget his name, LeFou. We got the Beast, the Rose, the Mirror. Forget her name. And we got Lumiere. It's just like the candelabra piece with a printed cylinder for him. Not the greatest. I'm not sure if they could have done better there, but it's not bad. We got Mrs. Potts, and I would assume Chip in there as well. We got Cogsworth. That's a great little buildable Cogsworth. I want the set just for the Cogsworth. We got Belle with her book, and then we got Maurice with his lantern. So what a really, really nice set this is. I'm very impressed with this one. I would absolutely love to build this set, but I don't think I will because, man, that is a steep price. 350 bucks. Whoo wee. All right, well, there you go. We are going to move over to let's go to new, and we'll see if anything pops in under pre-order just to see. We got Bluey stuff, the Kakamora bars, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, here is another one. They do this. Why this isn't under coming soon, I don't know. But the brick-built Mosasaurus boat mission. That is pretty cool. That is really neat set. 80 bucks, 858 pieces. Man. Now, there is the part of it's like, well, would you almost want this to be a giant molded dinosaur? Would it have been $120 if that was a molded Mosasaur piece? So I'm okay with this. I'm all right with building this Mosasaurus out. That's a really, really cool set. I like that. Again, another one from Rebirth. Maybe a scene that's coming where someone gets caught up on a rock in their boat. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then another one, T-Rex River Escape. Should be under coming soon as well. But here we go. We got a molded T-Rex, which is, I think, a new version. His eyes look very defined there. I don't know if that's a new version. I don't even know where my T-Rex is at the moment to compare with it, but that's a pretty neat set as well. $65, 199 pieces. Yeah, we'll see if that's a nice set or not, but probably won't get that one. I mean, it is fairly basic. Again, so this is a great example. If the molded T-Rex was not in the set, this would be like a $29.99 set with what you're getting here. So you're paying for the T-Rex in this. So I actually don't mind what they did with the Mosasaurus there and doing it brick built. But there we go. There's some stuff that come under pre-order that do not come under coming soon. So check your pre-order section. All right, offers and sales. We have a couple gift with purchases ready to go. Until March 11th, you can get Mario Kart Toad Pit Crew when you buy $50 or more of Lego Super Mario only. So I'm guessing this is their big thing for Mario Day. I don't know what the big deal is. I could probably go to my Toys R Us and buy this for $5.99. So I don't need to go and spend $50 in order to get this set. And exact same thing with this one. Ferrari 499p hypercar. So we got you can only buy this with specific sets. It's 62 pieces and you need to get these specific sets. And I talked about this on the last podcast. This is at my Toys R Us. So I literally do not need to go and buy any of these sets here in order to get this. I can go to my Toys R Us, $5.99. I can own this polybag. So there you go. Let's check out Mario Days, March 10th. Yep. There's, man, really not much going on with Mario Day. I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more, but it's just they're just really trying to advertise the Mario sets. So there you go. Not too much going on there. Unfortunately, I haven't signed into my rewards. I did want to showcase the micro rocket thing that was under the reward section, but I didn't sign in there. So we're going to have to skip on that one for today. There was one other thing I wanted to do. What time are we at here? Yeah, we might have a few minutes. Let's see if I can... Oh, I should have had this ready. My bad. What was this set number? So there was a couple... Oh my goodness. There was a couple things I wanted to check. I think I'm going to have to do this next time. Yeah, I was not prepared for that. I do apologize. We are going to have to try that next time on the New Bricks in the Bucket. So unfortunately, that was New Bricks. Well, not unfortunately. It was still some great sets to preview there that I wasn't actually expecting to see. I was only spoiled by the Belle and the Beast castles. So there you go. So still some new stuff that even I haven't seen before. All right, so there we go. That is New Bricks in the Bucket for this week. And next week, I will have something a little bit extra to check on. Okay, time capsule countdown. There is 157 days to the time capsule. I'm really bad at this. Time capsule countdown. So there you go, Mrs. Bucket. She keeps wondering how long until that thing is going to be opened. All right, now let's get into the really important subject for today. I'm sure you guys saw the thumbnail. What is going on with socks? The history of socks. Now, we're going to check out one more thing here. I'm going to go back over to the OBS Void of Doom, and we will go into here. So, according to Google AI, which is now the new search engine, I suppose, apparently I have that highlighted forever. Okay, so the history of socks. Socks literally just disappear in the washer and dryer. We all know this. So I wanted to go through quickly the history of socks, and then I have a little bit of a rant about the socks. So the first socks were invented around 5000 BC, and they were made from animal skins and pelts. They were tied around the ankle. And again, this is all just according to Google AI. Apparently there's cave paintings depicted of basic socks made from animal skins. And there was a Neolithic mummy called Otzi that was found in the Alps in 1991 wearing a netting of bark lined with soft hay inside his shoes. So that's kind of cool. So socks have been around for a long, long time. We've got Egyptian tombs where knitted socks were found in tombs in Antino, dating back to 500 AD. And then there's a little bit of more sock history here where we got 700 BC, where a Greek poet, Hesiod, mentions piloi, which were made from matted animal hair and worn under their sandals. Then we go into the 2nd century AD. Romans sewed together pieces of fabric to create undones, not sure, which were similar to modern socks. Then we move up into 1589, where Englishman William Lee invented the knitting loom. So that was making knit fabrics much easier to manufacture. In the 1930s, synthetic fibers like nylon were introduced, revolutionizing sock productions. Socks have been a vital accessory throughout history and are one of the oldest types of clothing still in use today. So there you go. So a little bit of history on the socks. Now, all those socks you saw in my thumbnail are literal socks that have no matches anymore. I don't know why. We try and keep socks to match up. Sometimes months later, we will find the missing sock for the sock that we currently have months later. It is insane. I don't know what happens to these socks. Now, my question to you is, do you have missing socks? I'm sure you do. That's a silly question. What a question to even ask. No, my actual question is, how recently did washer and dryer companies team up with the manufacturers of socks to swallow one or both of our socks so that we would go and have to buy more socks? That is my question. I don't understand this. Maybe this is a conspiracy theory, but I truly believe that these companies are working together. They want you to buy more socks. This is like that whole, manufactured holiday type thing. Like, they know if your washer or your dryer eats a sock, you're going to need to go and buy more socks. And maybe it was the sock companies that first went to the washing and dryer machine companies and said, hey, why don't you make machines that'll just slip one of the socks up and under somewhere or something? Or is that just a conspiracy theory and we are actually at fault for losing our socks? Now, I have, the odd time you gotta go and get behind your washer or your dryer for whatever reason. Maybe something falls behind there that you need to get. I've found multiple socks down in behind the washer and dryer. So maybe it's mine and Mrs. Bucket's fault that some of our socks are going missing. That is a fact. But there's got to be sock gremlins out there somewhere that are either taking these socks to build their homes. Maybe they need these socks to keep their gremlin children warm at night. I don't actually know. But has anyone ever seen a sock gremlin? I don't think so. It's like a unicorn. Maybe Lego one day is going to make a sock gremlin Lego set, because they've made unicorn Lego sets. Unicorns aren't real. Are sock gremlins real? I don't actually know, but I feel like they're probably more real than a unicorn could be. So, yeah, I don't know where these socks are going. I don't know what's happening to them. Sometimes they come back with holes in them, too. So, are the sock gremlins eating them? And then realizing they don't like the taste because they've been on our feet for the past 2-3 years? I don't know. Now, for me, I personally wear different kinds of socks. I wear the same types of socks to work every day. Not the same socks, but the same type of socks. I have the same type of socks for summer, and then I have a slightly altered version for winter because I work outside. When I'm home, I try not to wear socks, because if you don't wear the socks, how can you lose them? What I do, I'm not even wearing socks right now. I'm wearing slippers. I will wear slippers around 90% of the day rather than putting on a pair of socks. If I'm not leaving the house for the day, I am not wearing socks. There's no way. I'm only going to wear slippers. I personally have never actually lost one slipper. So that's my logic behind it. If I'm wearing slippers, I can't lose my socks. And if I don't lose my slippers, I might as well just wear the slippers to not lose the socks. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what your sock situation is like, because mine is not good. All those socks you saw in the thumbnail are actually socks that have gone missing. There's 5 of us in the family, and man, there's a lot of socks that go missing. Socks could be the thing that I have to spend the most money on because we lose so many. It's crazy. Anyhow, there you go. That was my little rant about socks, and hopefully the history of socks was interesting as well, according to Google AI. Thank you, Google AI. All right, well, the next set, we're not going to be doing clues anymore, I don't believe. I think what I'm going to do is in my Sunday live stream, I'm going to try and pop out from JaysBucket one of the cards still with a gift with not a gift with purchase, with the theme of the next set. So I'm still going to show you the theme. By all means, you can guess what it's going to be, whether it's in the live at that moment or comment on other videos throughout the week. Doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is reveal the set during the podcast. Instead of giving more clues, it will be revealing of the set during the podcast. So maybe you'll want to come and watch the podcast to see what the next set's going to be. So the next set we are building is 31165. This one is actually called Panda Family. I think it's kind of a weird name because it's a 3-in-1. We had pandas, orcas, and penguins. So I'm just calling this one Penguin Family because that's what we're building. So it's kind of weird that they named the set Panda Family specifically, although that is the main build. But there's 2 other animal families that they completely ignored in the name of the set. So there you go. So the next set coming Sunday, 31165 Penguin Family. We had we had a question last week from Seth. Seth is an amazing question asker. I really appreciate Seth for that. Seth asked me, Jay, what's the furthest you've driven and to where? I thought that was a pretty unique question. So the furthest I have driven in my personal car is 2,864 kilometers. I used to live in Ontario, and my sister used to live in Saskatchewan. And when I was in my 20s, like early 20s, I quit my job in Ontario because apparently there was work in Saskatchewan that was going to pay really well. So I quit my job, hopped in the car, and I drove straight to Saskatchewan. I stopped. Where did we stop that first night? I think we stopped in. This was with my ex. I stopped in a hotel the night going to Saskatchewan. And what had happened was, trying to remember. This was a long time ago. So me and my ex, what we were going to do is we were going to attempt to move to Saskatchewan. She was pretty pregnant at the time. So we started driving out there, and what had happened is I think she didn't want to end up having our daughter in Saskatchewan or something. So she wanted to turn back. So my dad drove out to meet us, took her back to Ontario, and I continued on to Saskatchewan because I needed a job. So then I continued on to Saskatchewan. I was there for maybe 4 or 5 days. I did get a job. It was at a dealership, a car dealership. And I had realized, like, there's no better work here than there was in Ontario. So I decided, I'm out. I'm going back. So I drove all the way back. On the way back, I remember I was tailing this transport truck way too closely. Like, this was when I was super young, doing dumb things, and I was tailing this transport truck way too close. So keep in mind, we're up in northern Ontario, so this is very much just forest. Like, it's forest with the odd town sprinkled in here and there. So I'm like trying to get to my plan was to get to the next Tim Hortons, sleep for a couple hours to be able to continue on because it was getting pretty late. So I'm tailing this transport truck, and like the scariest thing at the time happened. I'm behind this transport truck, and up underneath the transport truck is a dead deer on the road. And I literally had no time to swerve, to stop, to do anything. This was a very good learning experience for me to not trail transport trucks closely. So transport truck just goes, and they're high up. Deer did not impact the transport truck at all. So I literally, like, I drove over this deer, and my heart, like, stopped. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna die here. This is it. And I literally drove over this thing, like, perfectly. Like, its hooves probably could have slashed my tire. Thankfully, it was female or a male that didn't have antlers. I'm not sure what the case was. I drove over the deer literally perfectly. Like, my car, I could feel the deer. Like, I scraped the deer, but it was literally dead in the road. I couldn't avoid it. So the Tim Hortons was like literally right there as this had happened. So as it happened, I go over the deer, I pull over, and I get out, and I'm like checking out my car, I'm checking my tires, making sure nothing's happened, and I look, and just under my bumper I could see deer hair. Like, I had just scraped this thing enough to just, like, pluck some deer hairs out of this thing. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was the closest call I had ever had in my life. And if my car had been damaged at all, I was in the middle of nowhere. Like, I was literally up in northern Ontario in the middle of nowhere. I'd have been stranded there. It would have been probably a day for either my sister to come and get me or my dad to come back and get me. Like, I was literally in the middle of nowhere. So I consider myself extremely lucky in that situation, and I learned a very valuable lesson to not trail transport trucks at all. They need space for their own reasons, but you also need space to be able to react to things that might happen in situations that you're unaware might be coming at you. So yeah, that was quite the experience. Thankfully, I made it back in time, to get a new job and my daughter to be born and me to be there and everything. But yeah, it was quite the experience, that's for sure. So yeah, that's the farthest I have personally ever driven. I do believe my parents drove down to Florida when I was really young, which actually is less, it would have been closer than that. So yeah, that was still definitely the furthest I've ever driven. So there you go. Thanks for the question, Seth. And yeah, thanks for letting me relive that situation again. All right, well, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. Really appreciate all of that. Hopefully everyone has themselves a great day, and we will see you on Sunday for the Penguin family. Take care, everyone. Woo!